Copy in Excel. What happens in a copy function, and you see here that it's C13, when you copy over, Excel assumes unless you lock that cell, you're going to the next cell, the next cell, and the next cell, as that starting point. So watch this.
But we were just doing this, say by hand, of course, we couldn't
You
do it
couldn't
that
do
way.
it.
But
That's correct.
we would have to take into account the
When you see
change.
a dollar sign, does that mean it's dollar?
Yeah, what happens if you have to lock a cell because you want to hold that cell constant? Like for instance, I have a couple of cells up here that come in the formulas. Down in the formula, these cells are locked with a dollar sign. Dollar sign in front of the number, dollar sign in front of the letter, locks the entire cell. Yep.
Steve, tell me once again how we got to the 1.8. We took the.
It's 9 point, the average, there, so you got 9.1 patients on average that day. We
Right.
know we have a ratio of expectation of 5 to 1. So on your unit, if it was a 3 to 1, you divide 9 by 3. If it was for critical care patients, you would divide 9 by 2, and so forth.
Got it.
Whatever your standard is.
Okay.
Some hospitals say we want, for instance, if you read the textbook, that you, not the one y'all have, but the bigger one I told you about at the beginning of the class, they have, in their example is the hospital has an expectation of 65% of staffing as nurses, 35% as techs, and so forth. However your standard works. In our case, it's a ratio-based standard, whatever your standard is. Okay? All right, what about techs? What's the standard on this med-surg unit for techs? 10 to 1. Sound right? Okay, so how would we do that? We do the same thing, right? Equals this divided by 10, so I need a 0.9 tech there, right? All right?
Divided by 10?
Yeah, it's a 10 to 1 ratio for techs.
Oh, 10 to 1,
Yeah,
okay.
10 to 1 tech ratio. Okay? All right, so I need to do the same thing for charge nurse or RNs down here. Divided by 5. Okay. This divided by 10. All right, now we have a staffing grid. So let me ask you this. What did I tell you the average number of shifts need to be? Based on the budget, 17.5. Okay? Down at the bottom, when we get through this, we're going to take a 5-minute break. How many average shifts do I have?
16.
What happened?
We got rid of.
Nope.
Because you're not
Well, you
accounting
took
for
an account
PTO
already.
that's being taken?
No, PTO's already accounted for in the beginning calculations to get to the total number of FTEs we need.
Because you're using targeted versus.
What have I done precisely? I've said I need 1.8 nurses on Sunday. Is that realistic?
No, you're right.
What do I really need on Sunday? I really need 2. Okay? So the next step in this process, you started this by doing this, right? So now you as the manager have to say, do I go up or do I go down to still hit that overall target of 17.5? That's why this worksheet is built the way it is. So let's make some choices after we come back from the 5-minute break. Head spinning?
Can we just start, can we just start doing our
My
own
head is
data in the
spinning.
state?
Yeah, what you're gonna do this for homework, and I'm gonna be available to you for email, phone call, whatever it takes.
Wow. So did I calculate
Buttons at the top.
what happens
Buttons at the top.
if your assistant nurse manager is the charge nurse? I have
Then they're
a
still-
nurse manager.
Yeah.
And they do.
But they run charge.
Well,
They run charge half of the time and have admin time the other half. How do I account for that?
Well, you can divide that out in any way in this you want to account for the shifts they actually work. So if you say on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're working .67, whatever
For
that
8
number
hours.
is, for 8
2
hours.
8 hours and 2
And then
12.
they have a mandate of 2 shifts of charge, then you account for them in that way to get to the total.
So put them in
When
charge
you
for
put 'em-
charge and A&M
No.
for.
No, charge is charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you
Charge is
put 'em
charge.
down,
If you put 'em in there,
You'll
they'll
double
end
count the
up-
charges. You'll double count the charges.
So then you take the charge nurse away and just.
Now,
put
really
that-
what you can do is just account for the A&M up to their FTE status in this. How you move the pieces around after you account for everything's up to you. You want to make sure that you've got the right number of people and the right number, because A&Ms are technically fixed overhead. okay? Whether you choose to make them charge or whether you choose not to.
Okay.
You have to, what you're doing is basically,
I mean, like,
You
you
know,
make it, how do you make it appear?
How do you make it
so
on
that's
the
what
side?
that's what I'm saying, is that they're already accounted for in the total number of shifts. So if you're gonna make them charge, if you're gonna make them charge 2 days a week,
Yeah,
on Sunday and Saturday,
okay,
they would be that person, and there would be nothing here. And then
okay.
the other time would be allocated to their .67.
So the days
whatever
that
it
they're
is.
doing admin, I guess, 6, 7.
You're just accounting for that, because their productive time.
So it doesn't matter what day I put it, just as long as I put
Yeah.
2
Because
in there.
ultimately, you've got to get to the right number of hours per day, and the A&M, whether they're admin or charging, is productive time, just like we are.
So you can count them in 2 different, but you don't double count them.
Don't double
You
count.
put them where they are.
Where they are at.
Okay, that
Will it take real long to get that data that I was supposed to come here and get the applications and stuff?
No, we can do
I'm
that.
gonna go get a Rice Krispie
We
treat
get
right
it.
now.
Okay.
Yep.
You know,
I've got
They do 2 12-hour shifts or
How are you? I'm good, how are you? I'm good, you stay busy? Yes.
You already know we have to close my
What you can do, because if you're reliably missing every Sunday,
And I have to.
You know, this
Yes.
is work.
I mean, it's an eye opener.
It really is, it's
Right.
like now the light
All
bulb's
day
going on, so
But
that
I
I
don't
know
have
when
to
they
say,
get
don't hear your
Yeah.
hospital.
But I
Very
now I'm
you
just
must
about
have
to
well.
somewhat understand what they're
about,
saying.
yeah.
What you wind up doing is just moving this one
The charge.
from here to the A&M. So you're accounting for, all you're doing is accounting for the shifts each day.